Hello and welcome. I'm Tim and this is Crisalita.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
And this is SV Paquita. And we are in Sicily. And we have just come ashore. And look at this little place right over here. Let me slowly pan around here. If you look over here, this place over here, we just had lunch here.
This is a hotel in the mountain over there.
Sí, pero nosotros veo allá.
Oh, es para acá. I think you have the camera over there. Sorry.
So look at all these houses built on the cliff right over the top of everything. It's adorable. Now if I spin around again, now she wants you to see this. This is the marina here, right at the foot of this mountain. Look at this beautiful mountain. Let me get out of the way.
Yeah, look at the hotel in the mountain.
See the hotel in the mountains?
That's very nice.
Very nice. Anyway, it's beautiful here, and we're having a great time. Paquita is anchored just on this side of the breakwater. Hopefully the wind is still blowing it off the breakwater, because it'll blow into the breakwater if it doesn't. Anyway, that's where Paquita is. I've set up a 50-foot anchor alarm, and it's supposed to email us if it breaks that 50 foot, and I haven't received an email yet. So either it's not working or everything's fine. And that's why they serve wonderful beer here, so that you don't have to worry about these things. Speaking of which, I can tell you that Runa is a big fan of IPAs, and we have been having a difficult time finding any IPAs in Europe.
Yeah, this is good beer.
However, we came here and we usually like to try the local beer, and we tried the local beer that they make right here in Sicily, and it's over here. This guy's saying hello. He didn't understand. Here we go. Hello. Very friendly people here. Anyway, yeah, so the local beer was not only phenomenal, it was really, really good, but it didn't say IPA. I asked the guy if he knew. He'd never heard of IPA, but it was definitely an IPA. All the hoppiness and the tartness, and it was wonderful. So we had a whole bunch of IPA. We had a dish I have been reading about. Let me show you here so you don't have to keep looking at me. They had a dish that I've been reading about, basically called like pasta and sardines or something like that. And they cook pasta in fennel. They boil fennel, and then they cook the pasta in the fennel water, and then they put pine nuts and sardines and all this sort of stuff. So anyway, we tried that out, and we had a first pizza I've had in Italy. It was what they called a 4-cheese pizza, which was what was different about it for me was that they said they had Gouda and mozzarella and a couple other things. They didn't say, but it sure tasted like they had some blue cheese to me, and it was. I've never had a pizza with blue cheese in it, and it was amazing. Okay, she's telling me to come in here. I don't know what's going to happen here, so bear with me here. Oh, okay.
Una capilla, qué lindo, ¿no?
Sí, sí.
Es una capilla muy pequeña, pero está bien bonita.
It's very small, but
very
probably
old.
because they don't have a lot of sinners
I think it's
here.
old.
Of course, I want to show you all this, but I run the risk of having the place struck by lightning after I've been in here.
Yeah.
Qué lindo, ¿no?
Sí, es una capilla muy chiquita, pero vieja.
Anyway, very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice and cool in here too. So anyway, the pizza was great. The sardines and pasta was great. And we finished it off with more beer. Look, more beer and cannolis. Whole thing came to 59 euros, which I think was a fantastic bargain. And the service was incredible, as we haven't had any bad service here in the Med so far. You know, one of my pet peeves, oh, sorry about that, put my hand right over you. I should be showing you Crisalita walking up the stairs here. One of my pet peeves with the US...
Salada restaurant over there.
Sí, hay uno más.
Más.
Vamos a ver para comer esta noche. She says there's no... We were looking for restaurants that were off the main drag, because we usually find that we like them better. You know, the ones right on the main drag are usually the more, set to service the tourist, which we most definitely are. But the ones just off the main drag are usually more our style. So she says that she's found one. I didn't think we were going to eat dinner away tonight.
Nice. Mira,
But we're having such a good
restaurant.
time here, maybe we will. Look at this. Apparently it's all tables out here on the terrace.
Look at you, the big cargo.
Big snail. Very cool.
Smell
This
fish.
is for Norm. Norm Time Ships is a great channel if you haven't followed it. He's been a friend and Patreon of both channels for, since Christ was a cowboy. And he said, maybe you could show some more stuff when you're ashore. So I figured we'd do this.
Mira la carretera aquí.
Okay.
Casa María.
Yeah, so I guess this whole area is all a restaurant. They'll be open tonight.
Wow, look at you. Nice.
Oh, beautiful little road. Everything's so, what would you say, almost,
Mira, me gusta este arco.
that's right. She loves it. Yeah, almost medieval.
Mirko's restaurant.
So to give you an update on the Irish lads, I know now that Bob's mother and maybe the other two's mothers, for all I know, are watching as well. Yes, we hopefully haven't fallen out of favor with the Irish lads, but they had a friend of theirs, Sean, who has to apparently fly out tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And they have a much smaller boat, and they tend to stay up much later than we do, and they get up much later than we do. So yesterday we got up and got underway and beat into headwinds all day because we knew they were going to increase. And not wanting to tell anyone else how to run their boat, when they got up, they got the substantial beating that we were trying to avoid. And so they're basically making about 2 knots, and it was just going to take them forever to get to where we were. So about 10 miles back of us or so, they pulled over for the night, and they had to get fuel because they were running out of fuel motoring. So they got fuel, and they left this morning, and they're going right past us, and they're going over to Palermo, and so that Sean gets his flight for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. But hopefully we'll meet up with them again. I've already rented a slip for the 15th and 16th. 16th is a special day. It's a celebration of another time around the planet for me. I don't know if you are aware of this, but I'm going to be 39 years old. And if you believe that, I'll buy the next round. Anyway, the 15th and 16th, we should be there at the slip, and my friend Mark Foley will be there. But so today, while we're here, there's anchored up. I showed you where we were last night. I think I showed you, didn't I? I don't know. If I get back to the boat and I haven't done it, I'll make another video for you. But we had a little maintenance day. Started off by tracking down the wires that go to the mast. I went because the whole tricolor light and anchor light was messed up. I went down there to mess with the wires to figure out what was wrong, and they all broke off. They had, because where the mast connects, they have these like quick connectors that aren't waterproof, and they just dissolved. Like as soon as I touched them, they all fell apart. The problem was that I didn't know what went to where. So fortunately, Island Packet had the root thing that goes there, and it showed the 5 wires that went there, what they all went to. But then from there, you had all the wires that went at the mast. You had to figure that out. So we spent this morning labeling what we could see. Like, for example, the steaming light, that's something that we could see from the deck. Tonight, we'll be able to look up when it gets dark and see the tricolor light and see the strobe light and the anchor light and all that. And so we hope to finish the job of that tonight when it gets dark. But then we also did a oil change and filter change on the main. We also took a sample to send back with Mark Foley when he goes back to the States. He'll put that in the mail for us, because every time I do an oil change, I take an oil sample, something we do on tugboats. And for $23 or $27 or whatever, it's really nice to have in the back of my logbook. I have all of the data all lined up, and they print out historical data for you, so you can see if your numbers are going up or down in any of the. They look at like 157 different things. Anyway, we fixed that. We did all that. I was going to change the oil in the generator. I still have like five more hours before that's due. And that's not, it doesn't have to be exactly right then, but I was kind of, after I got done working, I was just like, you know what, we've done enough work. We can do the generator later. I haven't used the generator in ages anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So then we had a problem. One of the two low pressure pumps in the water maker stopped working. And while I did that, while I tracked down the problem for that, I also went and installed a new blower. One of the problems that the pumps had in the past was that they'd overheat, and because I have like covers over them so they don't get dripped on with salt water, but those covers don't let the heat naturally go by them, so I had to put a blower in there, and the blower I put in died. And incidentally, if you ever get a bilge blower, don't get the cheap ones. I bought 3 cheap ones and they've all died, and there's 3 cheap ones for 3 different projects, but now I bought an expensive one, and hopefully this one will last forever. And there was a leak that we had. I replaced there was a bad ground. I replaced the bad ground. We are making water right now. We've left the boat with it making water, so hopefully it's not filling the boat up. But we're gonna go back to the boat now and check all that out. My belly is so full that we'll probably go back and have a little siesta and maybe come back here for dinner tonight. Who knows? Or maybe I'll just get too tired and go to bed. That's something that's kind of nice after the kids are grown. And say, Crysalida, do you want to eat dinner? And she's like, nah, not really. We don't go. It's kind of cool. One of the perks, look at her, she's so cute. One of the perks of being retired and on your own schedule, I guess, you can eat when you want to eat. And Lord knows, we just ate a whole bunch, and I feel wonderful. No, is there anything better than the feeling of a full belly when you get that perfect spot where you can't eat another bite, but you didn't step over the line and you don't feel sick from eating too much. Anyway, speaking of eating too much, I'm probably talking too much. So you guys, really appreciate you coming along with us. Love this place. We might stay another day only because I don't know, I gotta get in touch with the Irish lads. If they say they have a good anchorage, and if tomorrow is still good with them, like they're not rolling around, we'll leave tomorrow. It should be like 35 miles, so it's like 7 hours or something like that. And there's not gonna be any wind, so it's gonna be a whole motor the whole way there again. But we'll go there if they have a good place for us to anchor, because I can't go into the marina until the 15th. And so if you say, why don't you just get a marina? I could, but I'm kind of really saving it for when we see Mark. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and doing all that YouTube stuff. And special thanks to those of you that have bought us around. We really appreciate it. And you can hit the super thanks and buy us around too if you'd like. And special shout out to the patrons. I'll put a link in the description below. You guys, thank you as always. Take care, be safe, and as always, I'll see you on the one.